Well, I think that it's important for us to note that there are great needs with our children that are fleeing violence. And the first one is to make sure that we're providing them the mental health supports that's necessary. Many of these children are exhibiting signs of PTSD. The same thing that you would see from soldiers returning overseas from war-torn countries. The reality is that when you have people that may be getting killed at the rate of 900 people a month, that's worse than any of the conflicts overseas that any of our U.S. military are engaged in. And so kids that have to experience that need the nurturing. They need the support. That's really important.
Sí, estamos hablando pues de los niños que huyen de la violencia en Centroamérica y pues reconocemos acá, el concejal Kirk Rice reconoce la gran necesidad que ellos tienen de ayuda psicológica. Estos chicos están experimentando pues problemas psicológicos que los mismos soldados, el PTSD, los mismos soldados cuando regresan de la guerra tienen 900 personas muertes al mes. O sea, es una situación realmente muy seria y entonces estos niños necesitan la ayuda y realmente están en nuestras escuelas, o sea, así nuestras familias no estén impactadas directamente, es un problema que nos afecta a todos, entonces tenemos que participar y tenemos que estar pendientes de este tema. Sí. Another issue about that is how they may be more vulnerable to join groups like gangs, because some of them are disconnected, even if they have found family here. They have been separated for a long time. They're looking for a group or a family or something. So there is that serious issue also.
That's right. And that's why we have groups like the Street Outreach Network that Luis Cardona heads up. He does a phenomenal job at being able to work in the community to make sure that there's a support network for some of these children, because that's extremely important. The scary part is that they're recruiting at elementary schools. They are targeting little kids. And so we have to, in working with our police department, in working with our Department of Health and Human Services, in working with our justice system, make sure that we're doing our part to protect these kids from exactly what you said, because they are being targeted. And they're being targeted at very, very young ages.
Sí, tenemos pues acá en el condado de Montgomery tenemos un programa que precisamente trabaja con los jóvenes que están en riesgo. Este programa está liderado, perdónenme, por Luis Cardona, pero realmente pues esto es un trabajo que hay que hacerlo en conjunto con la policía, con el Departamento de Salud, con el Departamento de Justicia. El problema es que incluso están tratando de reclutar las pandillas, están tratando de reclutar a nivel de la escuela básica, de la escuela elementaria. Entonces es un problema muy serio y necesitamos brindarle a estos niños que están huyendo de la violencia en Centroamérica todo el apoyo posible para que precisamente no caigan en las manos de las pandillas. Ahora, este es un problema que incluso miembros de la comunidad latina tienen miedo de reportar cualquier interacción o cualquier situación por diferentes razones, pero realmente el miedo existe. The people in the Latino community are afraid to report. Yes. If they know anything about this, they are afraid to come to the authorities for different reasons, including their immigration status.
And one of the things that I think that we need, and I know Chris wants to talk about the within the schools what our teachers can do, but let me just say this to anyone out there who is concerned about their legal immigration status. We don't ask those questions. We want to provide help. If you're being victimized, if your child is being, threatened, come to us and let us know. We will help you. Do not feel as though we're going to call immigration or any of that. That's not what we do here in Montgomery County. We're about making sure that everyone that lives here is safe, regardless of your immigration status.
Concejal Craig Rice quiere compartir ese mensaje con la comunidad, asegurarnos de que sepan que todas las personas que viven acá queremos que todas las personas que viven acá en el condado de Montgomery se sientan seguras, que si hay un problema, si se sienten que están siendo víctimas de alguna situación, por favor contactar a la policía del condado de Montgomery porque no se les va a estar preguntando el estatus migratorio. Ese no es el punto. El punto es que tengamos comunidades seguras y entonces queremos evitar pues este tipo de que se continúen este tipo de situaciones.
Sí.
Chris, I don't know, would you like to say something? I know you.
Yeah, you've got a question we do as a community. The children are here. Are we going to educate them or not? Are we going to do what's right or not? And to me, that's not even a question, because I think if you understand where children came from, that's the job of a teacher, right? Is to understand where a child came from. How did you arrive here? And if you understand how they arrived and the path that they took, it is a path that I can't even imagine. It is a path that doesn't have any experience in my background that I go, that's nothing that I've had to get over. So the notion for us is to figure out how do we best, first, as Craig said, take care of them emotionally, right? I have to form a connection. I have to help you feel connected to this school, to this community. Because if I don't, I'm going to lose you to someone else. And they may not have your best interest at heart like we do. Then, after I form that connection, then how do I keep you here? How do I sustain you? How do I give you the skills and give you the teaching and learning that you need? And following that, it is really the wraparound services of a community, where a community wraps its arms around the children and their family to make sure that we give you a good experience here. That's what we owe you. That's what we should give.
Lo primero que tenemos que hacer es sentir empatía, conectarnos con estos niños y jóvenes. Él no se imagina ni siquiera todo lo que tuvieron que pasar estos muchachos para poder llegar acá. Y entonces lo primero que tenemos que hacer es conectarnos con ellos emocionalmente, como comunidad, tenderle la mano, ayudarlos a pues hay que educarlos, pues hay que darles la educación que ellos se merecen y que necesitan y ofrecer todos los servicios que se puedan, todos los servicios sociales que se les puedan ofrecer.